Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome back. Oh my goodness. Or grand evening. Boy, you know what I'm saying? Boy. Okay? The shit I've been processing for the past couple hours, I'm like, what? Why? I guess it don't really matter. It's just like, shit is what it is. And that's what it's gonna be. All right? You know, I notice also, people like to put a lot of emphasis on certain standards in life. I like to see, I like to say that I'm a very leveled, grounded type of individual. Yeah, it feels like, after the things I've processed over the past couple of years that, I feel like, the ups and downs of situations, being used to certain things and not having them readily, you know, like I said, I can't be in control of. I can only trust when my person come in my face and tell me, especially to the extent where it could harm me. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so I can only, you know what I'm saying? Some of us could be dealing with professional fucking narcissists, and some of you could be dealing with the clones of these people. It's hard to detect for a motherfucker like me that can see how I see. It just bequeaths me to think that a little trickle of evidence or something would not have come in this house to see that something else outside of this shit is going on here. But again, I digress. I don't ever want to play stupid for nobody, right? That's like my motto. I can't be in comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'd rather motherfucker not, you know what I'm saying, be involved with nobody else, especially we all grown, we done been through shit, whatever, we already here. I can't be, the way I process things, like I said, in the past couple of years anyways, just a whole different motherfucker. I ain't got no time for no fucking games. I don't like to play them anymore. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker don't like me. I don't care after I'm the only person left on the earth to be able to talk to. Because sometimes I look at it like, what the fuck is it worth even talking to any of these motherfuckers for? And I'm gonna calm down with my language. But this is late night. We're on a late night tip. So, like I said, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis. I'm gonna rip my her cheek. A lot of emphasis on the way that they feel that society is moving and how things are operating. Let's not forget that we moving towards an era right now where motherfuckers is starting to look at AI and a couple of things and they want to run back the other way. So again, I don't know. I just don't like following the crowd. Like, I even noticed, I like to watch. So there's no shade. Of course, somebody's gonna take it there. I like to watch Instagram stories. I didn't think, I don't have TikTok, or if my daughter might have put it on there or whatever, but I don't have it. Like, I don't use it. So I like those little clips and things like this. But I can also tell the algorithm of it and what's really going on behind the scenes when they're coming in my feed after watching a couple of them. I can also tell, you know, the repetitiveness and the things that are being said. Like, I don't know. I don't know. See, and I'd still look at that as programming if you're not too careful. If you're not careful with what you're taking in, I just kind of look at it as kind of like programming. And I just always have to break away from the mold. Like, people that think that you got to be running around the whole. But again, the Bible speaks about this. You got to be running back and forth and to and fro to be accomplishing something in life. It's a lie. People that make you think that you got to sit here and not eat meat or something, that's their personal preference. I don't eat that much meat no more. It don't sit well with my stomach. Um, so like things when I was cooking, because I've been cooking breakfast, mostly breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or at least dinner. Okay, for the past 20 something years for people in my household. So a heavy motherfucking cook. It just, like I said, for the time being, I haven't really been cooking that much in the past 2 years. Again, I'm figuring out this is a different way of seeing, living, being. Different shit been happening around here. People been acting certain ways and things like this. So again, the things are off balance. This household is still not. It's almost like how COVID hit the world. That's how whatever the spiritual attack hit my household. So it's not an excuse. Like I said, I carry energy different. I carry energy that people bring and force into my life, or they use things to do things to me. I carry that energy different than I carry things that I've allowed to happen or transpire. Things that I have walked knowingly into, knowing that it's my decision to operate with this or not. It's different when you realize you're waking up in a world where you don't have those choices anymore, where somebody can be in your energetic field or in your face or in your home or looking at you or something like this, and you didn't invite them. It's a whole different new age or whatever that they trying to trickle us down into after the vid or whatnot, where I don't even think people even understanding the assignments. And this is why they had to reprogram people or take people away or something and bring them back. I don't know if you can imagine. Like I said, it feels kind of like I'm waking up in a at a time here where I'm realizing that main caricatures in my story at a youthful age, possibly 1999 or somewhere around there, it's almost like these people were frozen in time and now they're YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like what it feels like. And I'm the only one that still went through the past, possibly. It feels like I'm the only one that went through the past 10 or 20 something years. These people were frozen in time. It's almost what it feels like. And I'm waking up to saying, wait a minute, but I've been still hanging out with these people. And then realizing, well, yeah, you've been hanging out with the clone of that person. Like, oh, it's some shit that's going on here. So like I said, a lot of people can relate to a lot of things, but I just never heard nobody talking about no shit like that. Like your whole, you know what I'm saying? Like people that you actually was around at some point in time. And again, these people seem to be doing decent in life or something. So I'm not concerned about, if they're out there starving or anything like this. I'm just feeling like my outlook on it is, what the fuck happened? I know that this is this person. It's at least this person or this clone. Is this something these people waiting on me to do? Because now I'm realizing what the fuck it is. Is this something, what is, I just don't know. I'm just hearing a batch or dispatched, okay? Like a time capsule or something like this. And I did see like a clip about a movie or something shit like this before, but I'm just, it's another part to this that's just added to it where I'm examining something here. Again, people have their preferences of what they're doing, but I just want to say that to be spiritually in tune or inclined, I feel like it doesn't have to do with any of that stuff. I mean, I hate to be the person, I'm the party pooper. I'm the one that people say, oh, but it's a party. Why you got to come talking about serious stuff or, things like this. So, I'm probably the person that you probably won't at the fucking party, because I'm probably going to say something that's going to be true, that's going to have people all in their feelings. But like I said, people that go directly to their feelings about something haven't healed from anything. I don't care how nice you dress them. I don't care how much makeup you put on them, how tight and firm and the edges look on a lace front. I don't give a fuck about what kind of car they driving. I don't care about their posture when they're doing their videos. I don't care about them keeping a certain demeanor or a certain, I don't give a fuck about none of that. It doesn't gauge your tapped inness or your connection to God or something else to me. Same thing why it don't make no sense that everybody's like, oh, you must be this. Everybody think that you must be whatever it is they are. This days is gay and shit like that too. But I used to listen to people and I thought I was doing something wrong during my journey. Oh man, maybe I'm not tapped in on that level, right? These people that can see from behind the scenes, not knowing that they could be AI or we could be dealing with something different, and something totally different entirely. Um, but I would get frustrated when people would say, "Yeah, that's because this person still eat meat, or if you still eating that dead stuff, you can't." And I'm thinking like, hold on, right? Or if they were saying you should just eat vegetables, and I would think, well, I could have sworn that I heard that more than 80% of vegetables is GMO. So, and I don't even know if that's including organic, which most people don't pick that up at the store. It's not even that much of a selection because it costs way more. Um, but I was just thinking about, I be thinking about that when people be trying to be braggadocious about the fact that they don't eat meat, but they do eat vegetables. And I'm thinking, but are those vegetables or is it genetically modified? And so again, how does that make you, even when they say plant-based this and plant-based that, I may, the next time I go to the grocery store, look at some of these labels and see if it's plant-based, because I remember having something that was plant-based, some patties or something, and I don't know what some of that shit was that was in there, okay? So it's not just like it's whatever plant paste based putty or plant based you know what I'm saying, with just water or something like that. There's like I'm gonna make up a word like triglyceride. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's some shit like that in there. You know what I'm saying? So again, I was reading I was a little disturbed by the packages, and if I couldn't really make it out what it was saying or something like this, that don't mean that it's bad. It just mean that it's a lot of this shit just don't sound right. Sound more like a science laboratory project in a food. So again, I to each his own, but I'm just saying I don't like when people try to put people down because they don't fit in the narrative with everybody else. It just annoys me. And so again, I'm just speaking on this just in general because I don't like the fact that, I feel like whatever somebody is not as strong or sharp minded or strong minded when they go through this process, if they have to ever have to go through it, to bypass those little things because bigger shit is gonna come. And the bigger shit right here for me is this awakening right here to this part here, where I'm realizing that this is a whole nother thing, right? And there could even be a possibility. Now, see, I see if somebody was racing with me in person and, we were on the same level, we had the same particular gifts in that arena or in that on that level or something, and it's almost like, oh, well, that person defeated you fair and square. If you can't say that somebody defeated me fair and square, I'm going to ask you where. It's just that's how I operate because I don't like people taking false victories. I don't like when the victors or the people that faked or forced themselves to win a war that they lost a long time ago go ahead and write the thing just because they want to be able to write it however they want to. That's not right. Like, if this is history and we supposed to be, then why are you writing that like that? You know what I'm saying? I thought we already battled this, talking back and forth about this so long in the indigenous community. Why are they gonna write that like that then? Just not how it happened. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this energy here. It's like a mediocre combativeness here, because everybody feel like they got it all together. You know, there's a woman. She does videos on Instagram, and she does these little self-help videos or something like this. But for some reason in my life, this woman very much resembles me of my aunt, back a little bit more in her younger years. And I know what she looks like now. I haven't seen her personally, but I saw a picture at least a couple of months ago that she posted online. Um and So I know what she looks like. But when I look at this woman that does these Instagram, I'm like, I can't help think that. I can't help but think. So maybe this is talking about that sacrifice to the fowl or the birds. Yeah, I can't quite help but think. Cause I'm hearing Captain Save a hole, but I'm here. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Because I don't know, and this is not to call anybody a hoe. It's just those are the quote, those are the words that literally just went through my mind. So I'm thinking, like, what is this energy like? Because I keep on thinking about a masculine energy that is somebody's brother, best friend, or lover, or something like this, and this person sacrificing that person for a group of family members and friends that were willing to go behind or keep a secret from their family member, and almost appraising these people as if, oh, I do it for my family, I do it for that family, or something like this. And maybe even these people saying they do it for a certain family, right? But my thing is, how are these people claiming to do something for family or be about it's almost like because somebody took time out themselves to grasp something, or this could be something that was directly guided to them by the ancestors or God to do. And because maybe this person was on a different path, and you know, people getting their feelings, I feel, about that. They don't call and check on, they speculate, or they come peek into your channel or your YouTube. They don't comment, they don't share, they don't support, they don't do nothing. They just come in, peer or whatever, and talk, right? So it made me think about how twisted people are. It's not about family. No, this is about revenge. This is about payback. This is about insult to injury, you know, because if somebody say we all went through, well, I didn't get to see yours. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't get to see your humiliation ritual live. I didn't get to pick up on it with my spidey senses. I didn't get a backyard view or a back room view of your humiliation ritual. I didn't get to participate. I didn't get to go throw salt on your wounds while you were going through some type of transitioning or some type of awakening. So if anybody that is supposed to be your close person or your ally or your something, or that's just how you think, well, hell, I might not have known nothing at all about a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But what from what I thought, what people allowed me to think in my life is that this was my person that came in with me or attached to me or something like this. So I feel like if a family of people decided to outcast the one that was chosen by God, or make that person a cash cow or a scapegoat, you already had a problem. See, now I'm not saying that that's what God did. I'm saying that's what these people chose to do. Make somebody a sacrifice. People that could have been already jealous. You know, these I'm realizing that these are people also that may have made poor selections in dating and things like this. And again, since I'm feeling like people trying to call something karma, but this is something else here. This is like people probing through people's mindsets and figuring out which one's been hating on somebody, is subconsciously always wanted to do something mean to somebody that only showed them love, right? Um, and they took these people out and they're letting them, they just look like demons to me, like lashing tongues and gnashing teeth. Um, it's like that. So I feel like really while they think they dealing it to somebody, I'm looking like, no, actually, my God is doing this as a favor to me so I can see you, the you that I didn't see back then. I don't even know if this is like raising some energies or something from the dead, like Lazarus did. And I said maybe this Lazarus energy raised those demons up to harm someone or to do some type of dirty work here. I never knew, because I've never been jealous or envious of anybody. I never knew it could look so ugly. Now, if I did something to you and it's the shit is coming back, okay. But if I didn't, and you just feel like, again, this is why I feel like this has something to do with programming. It's almost like one of those parts in a movie where, somebody goes to a flashback in school or something like this, or they see an alternative to a flashback or something like this, and there's like demons or something there. Like, I don't know. It's just making me think about some shit like that. Like just ripping at you or something from no, and you're trying to get out of the dream. It's like a dream almost. Word Up magazine. It's nothing worse than feeling like somebody has appointed hate and anger and vicious acts against you, knowing that you are what God would look at or somebody would look at as a precious one. Not perfect. Yeah, I could have a temper. I could fight, but it's only ever been when somebody brings something my way. So again, like I said, none of these people can really attest to you of me stabbing them in the back or anything like this, um, in any other kind of way than us getting in like a little girl fight or something like this, or an argument that we having because whatever. Because I've always been a young person, kept my circle very small. That's why I'm saying it got to be somebody's godfather or something that been in my fucking ear my whole life, right? Just to show me certain things, mental games. That's why I don't get too. I could get hostile. Now you guys see, I'm hostile earlier because this means that somebody is invading my fucking vassal, man. Like nobody during my life. I mean, maybe God is waking me up later than the rest of the people. They already had to go through seeing this part of it or something, and I just wasn't around them or I wasn't able to witness it, and they're being able to witness mine. I don't know. But to me, I never thought I was going to wake up one day and realize that somebody can duplicate my mind and give it to somebody else or some shit like that. That's kind of like a little bit off the chain to me. But now I'm thinking about it. And this, I think, what I was going to start talking about right here. Okay. Now I'm thinking about it though, because the aunt that I'm telling you about, and we're not going to say any names here today, but I'm wondering if this is one of them projects, from people that live in projects and stuff like that here. All right. Because I remember one of the most hurtful things, because when I was younger, I used to stay the night. I used to babysit my aunt's children, and I used to stay the night at her house a lot. And when I went to, I think when I went to when my mom took us and kidnapped us to Texas, and I ended up coming back here, and my brother and my sister stayed down there with her, and I came back to my hometown. Um, it took me a while to go back to my family's house on her side because something her sister and her brother were very aggressive and angry and hostile, with me on the phone when I didn't want to. I knew my mom was going to be up to something and I didn't want to open the door until my dad got home. Right? because she was acting very angry even at the door, and I just already knew my abilities told me that something was about to be happening that was not going to be good. Okay, so they were calling and things like this, and we were kind of like hiding out in the house, not answering the door. Okay, and so it took me a while to go back around my grandparents, around my grandmother. Anyway, 'cause I think I still would walk around and go see my grandpa once in a while where he used to stay. Um, but it went back because I knew most of the family members go to my grandma's house, so it was harder for me to go back there. But when I went back, it seemed that my aunt was really with open arms, and these are my two younger aunts. I was always closest with them. Like I babysat their kids and sat at their house and slept at their house days and weeks sometimes at a time. So it's kind of like that. But so I remember being really close with this aunt and everything like this. Okay, but I remember when I first heard that somebody was saying something about her might having a problem with a mental illness or something. And I'm like, that just don't sound right. I was just over there and everything like this or whatever. Nah. And then I would go visit more. And then I did notice that when I was there, she would say some things like, girl, they watching me. Or when I was in my car the other day, they act like this or something like this. Or they got cameras in my house and stuff like this, right? And so I'm like, I at that time I wasn't woke like how I've been for the past 10, 15 years. um, but I believed her, but I think one day she was outside saying something about, yeah, this man was just following me in his car, motherfucker, something like this or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like this might be a little different, like, maybe there is something wrong or something like this. But I just, I didn't go that far with it, right? And so, but she was kind of freaking out a little bit that day in the car, and she didn't really go, um, like have that many friends and shit like that either. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that. And then I remember like the little gossip in the family. Oh, this person ain't crazy. They just want to get a check, or this person ain't something or something. So I would hear little rumors and stuff like that in the family. I didn't really know nothing about mental illness or schizophrenia, none of that or whatever. But I know I was about to get married soon around that time. Um, and I think I was trying to go to her house, and I was kind of a little bit excited. I wanted her to do stuff with me or something like this. But then she stopped answering the door, and it's kind of like it was a sadness because I feel like it's different when you lose somebody too. So this is why I can understand why now from two aspects here. I can understand why Taurus was kind of why he could have been concerned, right? About when I was going through my spiritual awakening and my psychic abilities start kicking in deeper and harder. Okay, so I could see. But then there was a line between that when I understood that there was something else here in this household. I'm talking about this situation. There was something else here. Okay, but going back to that, and so I will go by whatever and something like this or whatever, and I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, I hope she's not feeling some kind of way or something like this, because I could see something, I could sense something in her eyes, and it was something like, I know she wanted to be married, to her boyfriend, because it kind of like we had the same kind of, situation, like a little bit like these high school sweetheart situation or whatever. I already had children. She had children. It was already like this. She's like brown complected like me. Her boyfriend was light skinned. Mine was light skinned. So it's kind of like I don't know. There's a lot of similarities there. And so yeah. But I just remember, and I didn't want to go over there because, like I said, I probably was the kid that people always looked at as Oh, now that I'm looking back, I don't know. Having a sense of freedom about myself, maybe. The make people laugh one. You know, I did look to my dad. I didn't ask for much, I didn't need for much, and I didn't want for much. But I did look to my dad, and then when I did grow up and get married, I looked to my husband for things or whatever like this. Okay. But I looked at them as super women, right? And I feel like that's the sad thing. I looked at them like they were somewhat my muses to a certain extent. Not even personally about what they looked like, how they dressed, or how they were shaped, or anything, but just in a certain admiration or something for these particular women, that no matter what these men did and chose to do to walk away from them, no matter what, whatever. Well, in this case, her man was with her, okay? But I'm talking about my other aunt. She held it down, she took care of things and things like this or whatever. So, like, but I will always hear, like, even with friends and close, like the sisters and, steps, like, oh yeah, or my stepmother or my dad's wife, oh, well, you wouldn't know about this because you don't work outside in the real world. People would try to throw that shit in there real quick. You know what I'm saying? And so, really, when I started going through my awakening, now this is stepping away from that part, just talking about this thing, how people can try to cut you under because you're different or your life path or something is different. Until I start saying, well, hey, how do we know that these people that you're talking down so much that are around youthful children? Because I heard that raising children and working with children can add or extend, like they say with pets, years onto your life. Well, how do you know that living that type of lifestyle doesn't bring somebody closer to themselves or closer to God or something like this? How do you know that it's the hustle and bustle of working under the whip for somebody else or for the man? How do you know that that's the proper way? How do you know that that's getting you closer to something? Yeah, it's getting you close to some type of money, and sometimes it's keeping up with the Joneses, or just for you to be able to fulfill these other needs that you don't. Again, we need a house, transportation, and clothing. Somebody want more than that, fine. Somebody want more than that costs three times a purse that don't cost $15 at Walmart. They want one that costs $3,000. That's fine. If you have that, that's fine. Nobody's talking about the way nobody lives or nobody's lifestyle or nothing like that. Then don't talk about mine. If I could still be happy, right? When things are going down or I don't have as much as I used to or something like this, and I could really purely be, why are you trying to badger in my head that I'm not? Why? Because I don't run around here and have to smile in people's face when I know what type of world we living in. And really, we finding out a lot of people are really fake and phony. You know what I'm saying? And if you do go out there and extend yourself, you might have a fun with some friends and things like this or whatever. But it doesn't mean that people that don't have that lifestyle is not enjoying themselves, enjoying their life, enjoying their peace, enjoying the thing that they like to do or something like this. The only thing I feel like now is I've grown, there's not an interest here so much for crafts and stuff, like, but I feel like it has something to do with the uneasiness and the stability or something like this of going through these particular things, and being aware to certain things that I wasn't aware to, energy and otherwise, now, of not having to, what can I say, question or even be amused with anything of if I couldn't trust this man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I can say, in a sense, for a woman that does depend on her man, or that's the agreement that they have, that can be, what can we, I'm about to say a shell shocker. Yeah, because my daughters used to watch that shit and she used to be like, shell shock, my youngest one. Okay, anyways. But it can be an experience here, like I said. So this is, like, again, for people that hustle, work hard, or they have uh jobs or something where they have to be perfectionists or they have to be on their feet or work hard to get, that's you. That's not what I had to go. I'm not knocking what you do, what, what I'm saying, why you tripping off what, that's what I'm saying. So for people that live that hustle or bustle, you know what I'm saying, and have different opportunities that they had to fight for or been lined up for them, that's a different whole thing. So somebody like that could probably look in here and then think some shit is crazy or something like this. But I could maybe look at their lifestyle and think some shit crazy. Like, when do you have time to be your motherfucking self? So I'm just saying that people like to pick things that they want to look down on somebody about, right? And again, I feel like I grew to be, from the looks of what was around me, somebody that was a little bit more intuitive. My psychic ability started, picking up. Maybe these people already have a sense of knowing and they just been quiet about it or something. But I just feel like people should be free to. Why are you one way in your head and one way which was coming out your fucking mouth? So I'm just trying to figure out how much of this shit is, what I'm saying? Some of these people came together and made some type of plan here to have me living in the land of the lost, some shit like this. While some big things are supposed to be happening in my life right now. That these people shouldn't even be able to have their hands on. That's the shit that I think irritate me. And there's people rallying around this person thinking that that's okay. To keep somebody blocked from things that belong to them. A destiny, a path, or something like that. Like, where do they even do that? Like, why is this shit sounding like high school? But anyhow, I remember when she was saying these things and stuff like this, and then I would go by and I would knock on the door, and I would sit there and I would knock on the door, and she stopped answering the door. And this was a little bit before my wedding. This was like an auntie that was like my best friend or something like this, right? And and I was pretty close to her. The boys liked me a little bit more than the girls, but I was pretty close to her children. Um so yeah, I just wonder sometimes, because I even remember during that time she was telling me that, or somebody in the family was telling me, yeah, you didn't know that your one cousin, we just gonna say her name is Tree. I can't remember, or if it was Time. We just gonna say Tree and Time because they're sisters, and we're not gonna finish the whole name. But one of them had, I think, tried to mess around with her spouse, and I just knew at that point in time, I'm like, ugh, like, I would never do no shit like that, like, ooh. And I think I was only like 15, 16 years old or something like this. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I know that she knew me, right? But you know, you just never know. So I don't know if even when she was saying that, it was just to let me know, just in case I didn't know, that shit like that ain't cool. But I already knew that shit like that wasn't cool. So, you know, um, yeah. But she was like, I know I ain't got to worry about it. That was just a whole different circumstance or whatever like this, right? So, mm, so I don't know. Okay. Because these are key players, I feel like, in this hate train from that side of the family right now. Some of these people. So, yeah. So I was coming and coming and coming and knocking on the door, and I was, and then I said, well, damn, maybe this is the way I don't know, maybe it is the wedding or something like this, or maybe she just don't want to talk to me no more, or maybe things are getting really bad with her or something like this. I don't know. And then I just stopped going. But like there's something in this woman's eyes when she's speaking her messages here that make me think that could be her, a clone of this woman here. Okay? And there was one that she did, she said, I'm not saying nothing like this or whatever. Maybe it's sometimes it's best not to say nothing. That was one. And then she said, I'm not mad. I don't want no apology. I'm just good on something about how you treated me. Now, I know these are general messages, but like I told you, the way my mind works is a little bit different. And I feel like this is this energy while I'm picking up on maybe a cousin on that side of the family dealing with this twin flame energy here. Could be this Houdini person that somebody that don't grow up or something like this. I don't know. Um, but looking at it, now that I'm picking up the energy that maybe there might be some kind of even energetic connection between, one of her children. I don't know. It just seemed like everything just seems so fake. It just seems so fake. It just seems so fake. I don't know. Something just seems so fake. I don't know. But I feel like somebody chose somebody to be the butt or the brunt of, or take the brunt of something here. And lose everything, including something that was gifted to somebody by a higher divine source here. Like, again, for somebody to be doing better with their life, you see what I'm saying? How are people looking at as the decline? The only thing somebody can say is, again, possibly, again, my dress or something like this. Or the fact that I realize I'm in the house, so what if I don't need to get dressed today? You know what I'm saying? People will jump on the bandwagon of somebody's not properly caring for themselves or they're depressed. But I feel like these are antics for certain individuals out here where family members are working together with other people and partners to try to rip somebody off of something that's justly due to them. Because they feel like somebody is lazy. They feel like God might just be like, sit right here. All the work that you've been doing for me for the past couple years, you sit your ass right here. I wish they would say something. But somebody else taking it in their hands to make sure that they steal or eat up something or block you from something or hide something from you. Like, I just don't. I don't know. But I can't say anything. All I can do is call it out and say that that's just not my energy. But that could be somebody else's energy. It is what it is. But it's almost like what I'm picking up on is somebody, and I say all this to say this. I feel like somebody went around somebody's friend. I keep on saying this storyline, went around people's family and friends and got what these people's family and friends had to say about this person. This could have been a good person, though. This person, it made me think about the storyline with Anasi and Anat in that book that came back from some military something here, okay? To have to go through whatever it was, right? So it made me think about what if that was the case, that this was a sweet and tender person. And that's why we were both on one accord here. And there was like a heart melting together and it was nothing nobody could fucking say. And then again, going on and beyond and past that, motherfuckers know how to ruin shit, And I just feel like that's what it is. But I feel like the hardness I think that I carried on with the twin flame journey, so-called, I'm going to call it the help meet journey, is a part that cauterized my heart from not fully feeling, because at some point in time, at the beginning of this union, it felt like a love connection that I didn't even know what it mean. There was no lust or nothing. There was just, oh my goodness. And I really do care about this person. I love this person. I'm worried about this person. Okay, this person's doing good. Oh my God, look what he did today. It's kind of like all these little energies and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, that's my best friend. And it's kind of like tag team little shit was going on. Like, oh, you did that? Oh, I seen that. And then and then I feel like at one point in time, I'm like, okay. And then for a second, I feel like I fell into like about a week, 2 week span or something where I'm like, oh, this is feeling like something else. And then I feel like God was looking at me like, Not yet. No, no, like seriously, because of the situation, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that anyways. I don't want to think like that, you know. And then, so on. And then it just was like, that's my motherfucking husband. Look, that's my husband. It just, that's like, that's my spirit husband or something like this. But my BFF, but, for real, in a minute, that's what that's about to be. And so I feel like that's how this journey went or something like this. But again, I feel like the more I think about it, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I think about this like this was a why I still always kept like a blockade kind of energy. But you know, yeah, okay, I'm seeing you from a distance, and yeah, okay, I'm call out some shit if I see it or something like this. But I think I was always afraid of letting something fully take place because of again, I didn't know that this could happen, but maybe because again, eventually at one point in time, this may not happen, and something could happen that could sever this tie, or this could be too like I know my abilities, right, to what I can see. And it seemed like this person got a little bit more abilities than me to make moves or shit like this. So let me not, what I'm saying, address too much, because I don't want, what I'm saying, no shit coming in where this somebody else's energy or something else shift, and now this energy, somebody's in my energy bubble, right? you know and that's what I'm saying about, again, being, I think that's what we were talking about, or I was just talking about having control over how far, because a lot of people will make you feel like the victim here, because they be like, I told y'all to get them people out your energy, or I told y'all don't be calling on these spirits, and these bitches know good and well that they calling on those spirits and binding them and attaching them to you, and sitting there with that grimace, devil, demonic look on their face, smiling and grinning about serious shit that could be going on with people. They try to act like they fight for whatever this is, but again, I know that what I was picking up earlier is somebody trying to get somebody pregnant and make them a single mother. These are hateful. Now again, for these particular women, not for all single mothers, I still feel the same way I do, but for these particular women, or this particular woman, I just started thinking about everything down the line of our situationship. And then I just seen all the hate that was being served on that platter. And where did it come from? How deep do it go? What the fuck is this? Okay. You get what I'm saying? It's a very this situation is very strange, because this is actual factual shit that we're talking about. This is somebody that's waking up and noticing that tarot readers look exactly like they sisters and bitches that they dad used to date and shit like this. This is not we're not talking about no playtime, no story time, nothing. No, I'm talking about real shit. I done seen these people's face. I done seen them. So I don't know if this is a portion of the family, or a portion of certain groups that are tied to galactic energies or other energies or underground energies or something like this. But I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in real life. Okay? Maybe people have been able to go through this journey and they didn't say nothing, or I don't know if they walked under some fucking bridge or some shit and end up in Terabithia. I don't know. I didn't get that part. I didn't get that treatment, or I didn't get that part. I just know what the fuck I'm looking at. You hear me? Then you have to wonder, what happened? How did these people, what the fuck? So this is a little bit of a different situation here. And I don't like when people try to lump everybody into something as if everybody's shit is the same or something like that. For all I know, why didn't I go to the same place where these motherfuckers went? I would like to get a new accent. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this? Why do it feel like now these people have turned the evil eye towards me? And like I said, it's really kind of showing a little bit the way people are acting, or what they're saying out their mouth, when they're looking into peering into my energy, because I can tell. I don't know if it's because they supposedly family members or whatever. I can tell when they're peering into my story and they talking about my story, and when I can tell when they talking about something else, right? And then but it's almost like somebody's turned these people's subconscious inside out. So now I don't even see them like I used to see them when I was younger. I can't. Your face and shit look the same. You got put on a little bit of weight around your face or something, or you got an accent, but bitch, that's you, or that's a clone of you, you know. And so it's almost like something is peeling back, something where I can see the green-eyed monster energy. So these people might just think, oh, you know, like I was saying, that I might be spoiled or something like this or something, but it wasn't even really that. I mean, my dad did work really hard to provide a roof, you know, or whatever. Okay. You know, but sometimes, like, if you really want to, you know, when we were younger, it seemed like, you know, like my sisters, their mom, you know, worked hard to provide for them too. Excuse me. But I think when we were like 15 and stuff like this, most of them, some already had babies or something like this, or their parents forced them to go out there and get a job. And at that point in time, I didn't have to have one. You see what I'm saying? And I was like lollygagging around. You know what I'm saying? At 15 years old, you know, and I was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, but if you really think about it, like I said, the independence that those women gathered make them more admired to men and people in society and people that want to take them serious and things like this. Where again, the road that I took straight from that, from high school, you know, and then straight into a relationship and straight into a marriage, you know, you don't get that same type of respect. So who really got the, you know what I'm saying? These people could, if they didn't want to be with a man, they would kick him out or they would move out of the man's house or something like this. For somebody like me, it could take me a little bit longer if I had to do that. You know, so it's I just think people tend to judge people or do something like this. And I didn't realize that these people could have been looking at me with an evil eye back then. Because if my dad wasn't buying it, my boyfriend was, you know. And so again, that's nothing to brag about, because then people could look at you like you just a brat or you a spoiled. But it's not like I was running around here with the next Nikes and shit on, you know, or nothing like that. I just wanted to be free. I needed time. You know, I had been through a lot, right? Even with parents and shit like this. Not that my childhood was, you know, horrible, but I had been through a lot, you know, with moving back and forth and parent, you know, it was a lot. So, you know, and I'm just a free spirit. There ain't no making no excuses about it. If I will always say it, I'm gonna need to work for myself. You know. So I did start a business or whatever, but then I had a lot of, you know, men that was not meaning to right because of the side of town it was coming into the business, and I had my child there. I started it. I ordered everything myself. I put everything in there. I designed it myself and everything. You know, it wasn't the best thing, but I wanted to try it out, right? But I had my daughter in there, little baby, and so I got up every day and put her in there, packed up everything, brought her, you know, set up her little nursery room in the back and everything like this, and I sat in that store, you know, until it started getting dangerous, and a lot of people was under the influence or drugs or something like this, and so I had to, you know, I had Taurus said, you're not about to be going the fuck back there, so that's just what it was, okay, so, you know. It was fun while it lasted. But yeah. So I don't know. I just never been really judgy. I've always looked at a way to kind of learn a lesson or admire or disagree or agree or something like that and move on. So I just can't, I don't have room in the back part or the or whatever part of my brain, I don't think, to sit there and just hate somebody or really have a, you know, a dig in for somebody, especially if I'm around that motherfucker. Like I don't even know what that means. And I thought that this what we shared. I thought that this is what me and these people shared. Again, I'm also hearing they could make some of these clones as a karmic by just using the subconscious of someone and recreating them and creating them with just their subconscious. That's why these people might be so harmful and so potent with the hate and the animosity or whatever the fuck this is. Somebody could even have done this, you know, like I said. And then now that I think about it, like how my tourists used to be like, oh man, I ain't got no family. You got all that big ass family and stuff like that. And I don't know why I was telling y'all, I feel like they got a clone out there that like of my tourists that's trying to fit that. I don't even know, this shit sound weird. That went and tried to fit their way back into my old life, you know what I'm saying, and start the shit over without me being in the story. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit like this. Like, I don't know if this is somebody's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, I'll say I read minds, but like the little shit that might float through somebody's mind here. I don't know. But again, I feel like some of these people could be upset or something. But like I said, that's not my fault here. Because even if I was broken up with tourists at the time, throughout our relationship or whatever, it was still a certain ethic and code that I remain in a level of respect or something that I had for myself as a type of guy that I would pick, that I would pick. You know, sometimes they could pick me. And I just have always been some type of way. I've always been some type of way. I knew I was going to marry that man when I seen him on that corner. That's September. No matter if we was broke up right here real quick, you know, but I feel like I told y'all, somebody did spell work on that relationship back then, because all of a sudden it's like I woke up one day at like 15, 16 or something, and I said, I don't like him like that no more. I don't think I want to kiss him no more like that or something like this. And I promise you, now that I'm looking back at it, it's spell work. Intimacy, again, from that day forward. And I said, we have to break up because this is going to be a tragedy, because I'm going to go out there and test the waters if this is how this shit is going to be. I'm too young to be trapped right here, you know, or something like this. And not even necessarily trapped, but with these thoughts here, I think it's best that, yeah. And so, I'm looking at it now and I'm knowing that it was spell work. Somebody was already doing spell work. And to think, because I was just watching this clip and that sad girl energy, all right? But it said, because my best friend wrote sad girl in my notebook or something like this, right? But I'm hearing it said girls, okay? And I don't know. I feel like somebody could have earned that debt and they're trying to give that on to somebody else, like in a weird way. It's so mysterious. It's so mysterious. Because I see, if I was blazing through this place and treating people like shit or something like that, I would say, man, but like I can't look back. And that's why I feel like people that's the problem right there. It must be somebody's light here. It really ain't the dark. Even if somebody could think of one thing that you did, you know, they really can't think of that. I can't tell you what these people can think, but I'm just saying, it's other things. You know what I'm saying? Their assumptions. Oh, you think, oh, you live over there in them big old houses, don't you? Oh, you this, that. And I'm like, no. And I always used to be somebody that, oh, no. Or people say, oh, you know, your relationship or something, oh, girl, you too lucky. You ain't got to do this. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, it really ain't, you know, I was always one of the people that couldn't take compliments like directly. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't I really couldn't take compliments. People would, oh, you got, oh, girl, please. He be getting on my nerves. Or, oh, you got some beautiful kids. They so well, oh, they be bad at home. You know, I used to be that kind of person or something like this, okay? I used to always want to watch what I say for at least the first 5 years or something when I was at his family's house, something like this or whatever. And then, I think I got quiet for a little bit, and then I got me. You know what I'm saying? You know? But it was first when I feel like when I start just being me is when I realized that they have been saying something or talking about me, right? Me and my sister-in-law were having a garage sale, and I think and my sister-in-law and my sister-in-law, like my brother-in-law's wife and my sister-in-law was having a garage sale, and she went back home because like she went to her parents' house every day to eat and stuff like that, and the kids would stay there and stuff like this, whatever, every fucking day, and she would just sit for hours and hours and hours and hours. Um, Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that was her daily routine every day, and so, um, this time I think I had all three of my children. I was trying to do the sale. I was hosting it at my house. All the shit was going on or whatever. And then again, I was just thinking like, dang, that's kind of messed up because I kind of would need somebody. They kept coming out and everything, and I'm like, damn, I kind of need somebody to watch the children. But I think that when my mother-in-law came, she only took, my sister-in-law's son, and I'm just like, okay, like damn, and one of these could have went, or something like this. But I didn't really, trip. And then I think she went, took him, made him lunch, everything like this, and brought him back. And then I think he came back and he was like, yeah, you know what? I think he used to call me Shawanda. And he was like, yeah, because these kids are something, and they, if you don't do like this or something like this, they're gonna be so bad, and they're gonna be, and so, I mean, he was saying like shit that grow. He was saying this was like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and he was saying shit that grown-ups had to be just saying over there. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them moments where grown-ups had to been saying over there. Um, for him to come say that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a little bit embarrassing for her, but like, oh well. And from that day on, I think nothing was the same. Because really, I feel like that was kind of like she had a way with the dad or whatever, and you know things like this. So like even if me and him were going out for like anniversary dinner or something like this, oh, you guys are going out or whatever, because she kind of like. And then she'd be like, but how long or whatever. Now this the sister. Like we'll be gone for 2 hours and she's telling us to come back and get the children. So like I said, I learned at a young age or whatever. That's why I feel bad for my daughter right now. You know what I'm saying? In the situation she in. But at the same time, I had 3 of them, including twins. You know what I'm saying? And no fucking body. You know what I'm saying? My mom never came here for a delivery or even a couple days later like she did for my sister or nothing like that. Like I just always knew something was different about me. You know, like again, it's always been something different. Even like when my mom, like I would like something that's nice of hers, but like she's the type of person be like, you don't like this? But what about this necklace? What about these shoes? Girl, what you mean? All right. Or it looked nice or something like this. I'm like, oh, it looked nice, or it looked nice. That's all you got to say? I paid $200 for this purse. And I'm just thinking like, well, I don't know that. Like I don't look at, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's like I've always just been a little bit different. There's nothing wrong with their lifestyle. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with mine. I just feel like I'm true to myself. I don't have to fake. So to think that we live in a day and age where somebody can go, right, and make some accusations about you to change your life or your destiny or your freedom or what you're able to do or who you're able to be around or what information you're supposed to be connected into. So it's not even going to be by race or color, by nothing like this. It's almost like they putting people in some type of mental jurisdictions here. So people that could be running the world could be living in your neighborhood and have the FBI watching you or something like this because they're on a upper something here. Now, say God placed you there, and these motherfuckers use science and find some type of way to kick you out of that 5D or that upper echelon or that upper energy, right? And they don't like you no fucking way because they was jealous or mad because of where God placed you or where somebody placed you. Even if we're talking about chieftains or something like this. So I worked hard, somebody saw something in me, and my whole shit got to be put to rest because you mad and you actually could do it. You actually went, so you really went and studied. Like I feel like it's not even a hurt. It's a, what the fuck, man? What is wrong with you? Even if this is not even like I said, sometimes I feel like this is a clone of my masculine, or this is either just a whole different energy altogether. But it's like, what is wrong with you? This could be those energies here. I think I was looking. It was something about. Oh man, I don't know if they were the Watchers. Excuse me, or other energies that were like giants that came down on Earth. Like I said, I don't know if some of these energies, but I'm just saying they don't have to be actual giants, but they would be regular people. Um, but I've seen something like then they started to care, and then they started to love, or they started to think about the treacherous things that they were doing, and then they found out like that God could be mad at them, and some of the people that they did the shit to, they wasn't supposed to, and so, I mean, we could be at some type of era like that or something like this here. Sometimes I think these people maybe left this planet or something like this, or left this realm or something, and they're back, and like I said, they could be operating on a different level here. But for me, I could be tough, and I could wipe stuff off or shrug things off, but I just feel bad if other people had to deal with this, and then again, if other people didn't, then again, I turn back around and look at myself like I feel bad that I had to go through that to something to the degree that I never did nothing, and so many people thought that shit was okay. Because I feel like even it's like kind of like when your brother or sister was getting a whooping and your mama had a bad day and you like, God damn, man, oh, I feel bad for you because I don't know if I could jump in today or not to try to stop this shit. Or how you try to do little distractive things to try to team up, so that, they don't get it that bad. Or, some stage a plan in case the shit go too far. you know? Yeah. So I think that also being someone who but of course these people know this if they looking in somebody's Akashic record or something. But just always being somebody to stand up for people or something like this, and then you know also be the motherfucker that could look around and see that ain't nobody fucking with you or ain't nobody standing with you, and still be that motherfucker that's gonna stand there on what the fuck I said with no motherfucking fear in my. I don't even know what the fuck the shit is no more. You understand? Where these people mob deep up in this motherfucker, not the actual group, but and be running their mouth. And it's just like you want to say in this day and age that a pure heart and a good, a decent person with good intentions is all it takes to be safe. But is it? Because jealousy and envy, and then who the fuck, like I think I'm cool. I might even think I'm a little bit all that for making it where I've been, not no better than nobody else, possibly in the eyes of another motherfucking entity, if y'all acting like that. But But it's just like, yeah, I never even thought I was that motherfucking important. Like, it's a shock to me. Like, I'm more interested in who the fuck this bitch is that y'all all concerned about. That's what I want to know. Or supposedly not. But again, I'm seeing, I mean, this could be some energy where Eve or Adam energy had been bamboozled and went off and did some old other shit, you know. And I don't know. Could be what the case is. But it's not like it's the last nigga on earth or nothing like that. But it was supposed to be my person. I feel. And for more than one reason. And again, if anything is going to be or was supposed to be private or something like this, right? Or something like this, then, you know, those parts definitely, or because I'm hearing like Tinder something, not the place or the website or whatever, but it's something about it, you know. Everything else has been rough hewn or whatever about the situation. That if a miracle or something did happen, that's what that's preserved for. So we have the Four of Wands here with this maid or this servant here. And then we have this person going out to get this milk here, okay? Because I just want to do these three cards before I all that shit for these three cards. But it's not even really. I just want to, since we here, and I'm done with that whole thing. You know, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, again, could these karmics be people that just got their brains inside out? You know what I'm saying? Dealing on the subconscious level only. The shit that they kept inside. And it's like somebody came and dropped these people off on the earth, and now they're just, like I said, I don't see them around me. I ain't see nobody knocking on my door or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like the gnashing of the teeth and just the sinister way or something like this, or where they're coming from. You know? And sometimes I think it's like a skit or something like this here. But like I said, I feel bad because I feel like my twin just already know that I'm gonna say something, you know, and maybe somebody thinks somebody taking it too. Maybe this is something else here, you know what I'm saying? Where somebody's trying to work on something else here. I don't even know, y'all, and I just can't help but just to be too real, and I just feel like that's what it is, you know. So ain't nothing fake about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because my house don't look like the inside of yours, or my car might be, you know, not like yours, or it might even be a little bit dirty from kids leaving shit in or whatever like this, and then me leaving it in there after them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the fanciest cars or nothing like this or whatever, but again, I don't think that that chips away at who I am. And I'm not rushing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not rushing to do anything. Even if I had the fucking money, I would not be rushing to go, you know, and spend it all like that. I mean, I just don't know. It's a couple select things I already know I would get, and then, you know, mm-mm. What is this with this baby here? So I don't know, y'all. Okay. What is this, the 25? I didn't even know this thing went up to that. But this person, okay, so this could be the devil here. Maybe. I don't know. With this male and this female here in this spider web. Somebody caught up in the web here. This might be, again, I don't know. Two people caught up in the web here. And this might produce a baby. So I don't know what the hell this is. So this going to have to be a new line of study right here. Cause I'm just telling you right now, if somebody can get a baby with immaculately with somebody they never met, right? That'd be crazy. Or some shit that's going on in the web or online. You know what I'm saying? Is this what the fuck we done come to? Is this what this might be talking about in the future? I don't know. with this child here. And this person got this kind of stance here, like Freemasons do a little bit. Somebody's got their private parts in the web or on the web. Because I think somebody did a post about some shit like that too. Like, she say her Facebook is private, but her privates is public or something like this. So I don't know. This could be somebody, like I said, doing this to children. These look like young adults here. Somebody could be putting somebody's private parts on the web here or something. Or I don't know what the fuck. Listen, I don't even know what this is, because I don't know what this got to do with a child. Maybe this could be somebody's child. And this is what they're forcing them to do. Okay? Or somebody is taking somebody in as a child. But this child is over this energy here. So this make me, even when this death card we see right here, with this girl standing behind this death card, I feel like this energy here could be representing, this could be represented as a dark energy or a death or something. But like I said, with that Anat energy, this person was able to end or kill death. But I don't know. This could be also a masculine energy, could have been close by as death. Hell, death. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being killed, look, kill or be killed, motherfucker. Be the hunter, not the hunted. But again, if you blind, that's why I'm saying this is why I can't stand nobody claiming no victory over a motherfucker that, you can't even fight you. That's the thing that make me so upset too. No, because I want a challenge when it come to my gifts. I want to be able to use them motherfuckers like some Jedi tricks. I want to know my part and know your. I want to be able to fight a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's like a grown ass man that's like 6'8" trying to fight a little 5-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? No matter if she hit you in the eye with a slingshot and you want to knock that motherfucker across the playground. That's about discipline, restraining yourself. I can't. Because kids, I'm telling you, children will make you want to whoop they ass. If they... Them times when you be playing with them and then they be playing too much and they bump their head back across your motherfucking chin. Boy. Or accidentally, or not even accidentally, purposely smack the shit out your head. And you be looking like... I can't. I'm just thinking about it. But again, time is running out here. And I keep on hearing somebody saying that they wish somebody was somewhere. And I don't know where that is. It's definitely some block communication here. All right? And I feel like somebody's doing this, excuse me, to get somebody wrapped up into something here. Because I said something said into the dreams, but I was getting like Geneva or Genevra at night. But I don't know, something about in dreams or something like this. And I'm just saying, I know this ain't no motherfucker try to front somebody off in the real world so they could just have access to you this way behind the scenes. Are you for real? I don't even know what's trying to be explained here. Somebody don't want to give you what they should give you in the real world, then collect this shit on you or something in the real world, only to tie you into... I'm telling you, I keep on hearing 10 years no effing, and I keep on sending it back. I don't know if somebody just expect for you just to be some type of plug or something like this. I'm hearing while they were sleeping. I don't know. Or while something else is going on here, just to be close to somebody, they need to open up some type of airway or something. No, you're going to have to give that shit to me face to face. And, oh, that sounded kind of vulgar. But that's what I'm saying now. I don't even know what this represent. This might even be some last minute shit. Like somebody was going off knowing that it might be they'll never see you again, and they decided, well, I know this lifetime we're supposed to be together in the 3D and do some things together, but I think I'll just take the web relationship. Now, this may be something that may be legit here, though, right? This may be something that may be legit with a certain entity here. But I don't know. I just feel like the joke is on somebody because these people are able to tap in. I also kept on picking up an energy as like somebody went and healed a whole city of people or something from something, but only didn't heal one person. And this was their wife or girlfriend or sister or something like this, or mother. But it was about power struggle or some type of something here, thievery or something here that they witnessed, or, like I said, covering up for a friend or themselves or some shit like this. I don't know. I'm the type of person that don't want to never say that somebody around me fucked me over. With the small group that I keep. But I cannot I feel like that's something that God is trying to show me. That I can no longer say that. They could still say that shit about me until I realized that they couldn't. And then now some shit done changed. Okay? So we have tenderness here. All right? And then we have the world card in the reverse. Right? This masculine energy hovering over this energy with his hands on it, with this serpent wrapped around it. It's too much with this serpent. This Mommy Watson energy or just this serpent, this old serpent wrapped around. I seen it wrapped around this man's leg, wrapped around the tree trunk, wrapped around the fucking world card. This fucking snake gotta go, man. But I feel like somebody is looking at me or you or whoever this is as the snake. It's like somebody believe a lie so much, tell a lie so much they start to believe it. Yeah, because this got something to do with somebody's path here. Maybe these people are going to come in 7 ways or something, come in one way and flee, whatever this is here. Somebody could be realizing something here. Like, even that's why I said I pick up on this energy and this person just disturbs me because it make me think about this girl named Naisha that used to be kind of like a friend of mine, but she kind of like was weird about, I just don't know. It was something strange about her energy towards me. Like I would catch her like looking at me in some kind of way and I didn't like it then. And this the same vibe that I get from this Mommy Watson energy today. And let's not say, oh, that's just this or that. No, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're talking about a Godhead energy. I know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I would have to be jealous. Now, there might be a beautiful woman that I'm like, damn, you look good in that outfit. Damn, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to have that kind of shape or some shit like this. But it's not like I'm panting over to some, or like, motherfucker, one day I couldn't have that if I really wanted to work for it. It's just like I said, sometimes people can really be, I think that people like to try to make it seem like fat people can't be happy. They can give them their kudos, they can do something like this, but eventually it's going to come out that you don't think that that person is happy because of their weight. Because the way that, you carry yourself like that, or you big, you can't care about I feel like people just get stuff twisted. They put too much emphasis on what society is saying is the status quo. And we could end a lot of this so-called counseling services that people be trying to do and sneaking your feed on Instagram with letting the motherfucker know something like that. That's just how I feel. No. And a lot of this is, no, you could just quit fucking playing with me. You know what I'm saying? And stop playing with my shit. That's what the one thing is that could probably help the shit out a lot. And that could be also stop playing with my mind and my emotions and my fucking energy. Because it's a difference when you're talking about twin flame and twin flame only. Okay, well, there's a difference when you are a Christ or a Yeshua energy, or you've been presented or plopped on the earth like this, and not being able to have to cover yourself, being able to cover yourself or knowing how you protect yourself. But again, that's just calling on God for me. I don't dabble in no other shit. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I just don't. So it's like I can't even live my life and do what I want or tell my story if I want to, because there's some freaky creep out there. I'm not caring about them starting a rumor. I'm not caring about them knowing about part of the story. Some of these motherfuckers already know, right? It's more so somebody using me. You know what I'm saying? Um, or trying to lock down my shit so they can use it. That's the part, or something like this. Or now something that I enjoy doing, somebody else that I shouldn't be, that I wish wasn't really listening if they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Or if they wasn't crazy, or some shit like this. And it's just like, the one thing I find that I want to go into and I'm doing here. People can vlog their whole lifestyle all up and through down their house, and ain't nobody telling them nothing, right? But I want to, speak to you guys about some things right here, and it's considerably a problem. Which really, I don't care if they think I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing, or the fact that somebody wants something come out, they feel like they're in control. Like, ha ha ha, ha. See, I was able to. No, bitch, you ain't shit. And that's what I'm saying to these women here that think they doing, or men, because some of them is men, or some of these is young men that want to be you or want to be a woman. Look, Ten of Pentacles. Look at this. These people in these business suits walking around showing off something. This lady in this white dress, or this ghost lady or something like this, standing behind this tree, looking at this boy, this man and this woman and this child here on this farm. I don't know. This could be a ghost or something like this. I ain't afraid of no ghost energy, okay? This could be that Rasha energy or something like this. People trying to be flattering and stuff like this to get somebody's attention, but I already know who these people is and what they try to do with the twin, okay? But again, some kind of matriarch here coming into the scene underneath this servant. This person is trying to get some milk. And I feel like, again, I don't know, I'm hearing sprinkle me. All right? This energy coming in with this Knight of Pentacles on this elephant, which is somebody that might remember something here. Somebody sprinkling something here. Yeah. For all I know, somebody could have trained all these people to hate me because I did something to them that I didn't do. And that's why they're all doing their snarling and shit like that. So that may be also what we was talking about in the Bible too. Listen. Two of Wands in reverse. Something about a baby as a passing into something here. But again, it's no. Something is not going to happen or something like this here. All right? This could be this baby in this baby basket or something like this. Somebody could be trying to deny you this what they wanted to do in the first place or something like this. All right? This also look like a ghost here, but this is in reverse. So I don't know, maybe somebody sacrificed I don't know, we got this ghost here. Are these bulls? Yeah, bull rider on the rodeo here. But this is in reverse. So the bull rider is in reverse. Maybe somebody don't want nobody else riding on their bull. This is driving somebody crazy. Okay? So maybe somebody tried to get somebody a baby because they don't want nobody playing with their person or something like this while they're away. I don't know, y'all. But this also could block somebody's passageway, or this might be the only way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody's off to war or making some weapons or some shit like this, okay? You got this mask on, everything, like he just trying to keep his mind off of whatever's going on back at home, all right? I don't know, but whoever this is might not be victorious with this Six of Wands energy, blocking this child or this pathway or something like this here. Because somebody else is here to offer some type of Knight of Pentacles energy here. Some younger person here. The Ace of Wands here. But this tree is barren here. Okay. And then we got the Queen of Pentacles here. That wants to offer something too. So there could be a Knight of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles that want to offer something to somebody. Or maybe it's a Queen of Pentacles that want to offer somebody that's sitting here making these weapons or at work or war or something like this, okay? And maybe, again, this Knight of Pentacles is not going to be successful at bringing this offer here to whoever this is with this victory in reverse here. Ace of Swords with this, yeah, I don't like the way that fire is on his pee-pee and this lightning rod sword here. Mm-hmm. We got this serpent energy in this woman here. So somebody could be protecting somebody from a water snake. Because look, this looks like water, but look at this man right here. From the winter, walking through the winter or voyaging through the snowstorm or something like this. But this is in reverse with this Nine of Cups. So the cups are pouring down. This snake is about to bite this woman. This definitely made me think about the Mommy Watson snake energy. All right. And it's got a sunflower on his head. All right. So I don't know. This could be a male coming in to see a female or vice versa or whatever like this. And I don't know. There's sunflowers on this person's mind or what they said. And so this snake is about to attack this woman, and he's like, no, stay back, stay back. Or this snake is about to attack this man. Mm-mm. But again, this is like this man is a sunflower energy. Maybe even an Aquarius here. This person could be wrapped up with this energy. See how she's bogarting? And then this person is coming out of water here, cleansed or something like this. This could be somebody coming from overseas or, I don't know, something like this here. All right? Somebody might be, this land snake could be doing something to try to turn this person into a water energy here. All right? I don't know why I feel like something here. Something about mermaid energy or merman energy or something like this. Somebody could be trying to force somebody into some type of, I'm telling you, lewd act or something like this in order to get to where they needed to go. But somebody already got a place somewhere. Like literally here. I keep on hearing something about a spot paid for or something. Okay, it could be that somebody's daddy paid for them a spot or some shit, and these people is trying to hide that because they put somebody else in this person's spot. I don't know. I'm gonna stop this right here though. Hold on one second. Haters.